Hi, welcome to the Capstone course. This is the intro video for the Capstone itself. So we're going to go over the syllabus and the Blackboard page, but that's really the whole purpose of this. And because you are taking Capstone with us, it means you've taken courses with us. So this should be pretty quick and easy. We don't have to go over nearly everything that is part of the typical intro. So our Blackboard page is pretty straightforward. It's already open for you and available to look at. Start Here folder has the About Me video, and we'll have this video in it. But there's also the syllabus, which is what we're going to go over. Course-specific content has the portfolio assignment sheet. We're going to go over that in that first lecture video, which will be under weekly folders, week 1. Right now there's nothing there, as you can see, but the video link will be in there as well. So that's how things are going to look. Every week you will have something in there in the folders. So I have the portfolio assignment sheet already in week 2, because we'll talk about it a second time after talking about the stuff for this week, and you'll have the video links in there and things like that. So we'll go over all that on the syllabus, but I wanted to at least show you the Blackboard page. So syllabus, pretty straightforward. At this point, you should be familiar, but this is CJS 299, the Capstone in Criminal Justice. It's online. My office hours are Tuesday and Thursday, 11:30 to 1:30 at West Campus, room 215. Obviously, because this is an online kind of independent study-like, those office hours are for all students, but by all means, because it is just a select number of individuals in this class, email me what times work for you, and we can coordinate an alternative meeting schedule, whether it be virtual through Teams or Blackboard or Zoom or whatever that be, or if you want to meet in person at a different time, that's fine too. We can talk about it. We can figure out what works for you. So we'll talk about that. So very specifically, the Capstone course, you're in it because you already had a little bit of understanding, and this is the final course for criminal justice. The options are the internship or the Capstone. Both requires you to do some research, and both requires you to do reflective essays. But at the end of the day, the difference is the internship has you get work experience in the field, whereas the Capstone does not require that component, and it works well for an online class. So really, your whole purpose, which is why the student learning objectives are 2 things: identify the necessary skills, education requirements to entering the workforce, and to analyze your personal experience and apply it to the development of a long-term goal. Legitimately, that's it, and we are going to talk about that. All these things are pretty straightforward, but I want to emphasize. So here, this is the points and assignments for the entire course. Grand total 350 points for this whole thing. There's no tests because there's no real content in that sense. But what is here is lots of little submissions, lots of little work. So job/career requirements, 10 points. We'll talk about that. Self-reflection essay, 50 points. Mid-semester portfolio update is 50 points, and that's not an essay. List of goals, 20 points. Interview questions, 20 points. Interview reflection assignment, 50 points. And the final portfolio, 150. Straightforward, by all means. As we go through, as these things come up, if there are still questions you have about those assignments, when they come up, please ask. We will talk about them. I will be glad to help clarify anything that's not clear. Communication guideline: the best way to reach me outside of class is to email me at awheaton2@ec3pa.org. I do my best to respond within 24 hours. Because this class is very specifically just a super focused, almost one-on-one for your portfolio, by all means, anytime that you're working on something and you have questions, contact me, email me, be on my butt about it, because this is an important piece. Not that the other classes aren't important, but this is important. The rest of this stuff is things that you've seen on every other syllabus that you've had, expectations, class cancellation, all that stuff. All should be familiar for you. I don't expect that you'll be withdrawing or dropping the class at any point because, well, it's your last one for criminal justice. But in case you wanted to know, here are the important dates. ADA, Veteran Service, Student Support, all that fun stuff that is on every syllabus. You're familiar, contact accommodations, contact advising, whatever the issue might be. But here is where we get into the big piece. This is where I say this is really the schedule is the important thing that people want to know. So, look, week 1, syllabus, the road so far, and the road to come, which is your past in EC3 and the career. There'll be a video lecture talking about these two things. So really, your only homework for week 1 is to read through the syllabus, which I know I skimmed through it quickly, but read through, see if you have any questions, and to begin planning for the portfolio, which is why I said we're going to look at it in that first lecture video. With this, we are going to talk about the assignment sheet, and so you can start beginning the planning stuff for your portfolio, because next week, week 2, we're going to get into the developing of a portfolio, the guidelines, the specifics. What is a portfolio? Gathering of evidence and artifacts, general design, those types of things. So by all means, we're going to talk about what the portfolio should look like. We're going to talk about what artifacts is, and your homework, so to speak, in week 2 will be to begin gathering these pieces that you're going to need. And obviously, week by week, research in criminal justice, we're going to talk about how to look for that type of information, career pathways. We're going to talk about the options that are out there, both within and outside of the actual field itself. We'll talk about developing attainable goals and realistic goal setting. We'll talk about interviews, and then we'll talk about next steps. What are you going to do after graduation? What's the end goal? So that's the brief overview. So I said, by the time you get to Capstone and internship, it's a lot less of me lecturing you, and it's more of me helping guide you towards that next step. So realistically, this is what we're looking at. So this is what we're looking at. This is the schedule. This is 8 weeks. By the end of May, your portfolio is to be turned in. Look, Friday, May 30th by 11:59 p.m. That's the last day of the semester. May ends on the 31st, which is that Saturday. So by the end of May, you will have a portfolio ready, and we'll talk all about that in the actual lecture video. But yeah, that's it. That's the capstone. I got nothing else to tell you. I will see you in my little lecture video.